Well, let me let you in a little secret here on 6PR Breakfast at 18 minutes past 6, is that usually at this hour of the day I'm yet to eat. I tend not to eat breakfast before I come on air, and this morning I'm regretting that decision because I have in front of me what I think will emerge as a Bible for home chefs. It is an extraordinary, it's a very weighty cookbook. How many pages has this got? It's got at least 450 pages, including the index. Dozens and dozens and dozens of recipes, beautifully presented. It's by one of the doyens of the culinary scene in this country. He's the man behind Rockpool and plenty of other successful ventures too. Neil Perry, good morning. Welcome to 6PR Breakfast.
Hey, Gareth. Great to be over there.
Mate, I'm hungry.
Voice only, but still great to be over there.
It's good to have you here, at least on the phone. You're making me hungry.
Oh, man, it's an awesome book, isn't it? It's well, the title says everything. It's everything I love to cook. So it's really the combination of sort of the last 20 or 30 years of my life in restaurants and writing columns and writing books and, you know, basically cooking at home. It's you know, it's all that stuff I cook at home for my family and my friends, and I just wanted to share it.
People, I would describe myself as a bog average cook. Okay, I'm getting better, but a bog average cook. But I'm looking at these recipes. Yeah. I'm looking at the produce. I'm looking at the technique, and I'm thinking, I'm not too intimidated by this. I reckon I could have a go at most of these recipes.
Yeah, absolutely, but it's a book for home cooks. It's not a book for restaurant chefs. It's a book for restaurant chefs, delicious food at home. But the reality of it is, I wrote it so that people can, you know, eat better at home and potentially think about shopping better. And, you know, good cooking is good shopping, really.
That's a great point, actually. It's a great point. It's a very, I mean, obviously, but it's a very Australian looking book, I feel. It's got, obviously, the Mediterranean influences, but also the Asian influences too.
Well, mate, that's my sort of cooking. I mean, you know, at Rockpool Bar and Grill in Perth, I reckon one of the world's great steakhouses, I sort of stick more in my Mediterranean vein, but I've been cooking a lot of Asian food and had restaurants like Spice Temple and Rockpool, and I would probably cook Asian food 40-50% of the time at home. And, you know, I love rice and noodles just as much as I love kind of, you know, pasta and potatoes. So I think you're right. I think that represents Australia. We're multicultural. We love eating different things.
Well, we've just lost you on the phone there, Neil. I don't know if you've moved the handset around in your hand, but perhaps we could find you back. We'll just try and get you back on the phone there, Neil. If I could just ask you to perhaps just move around. We just lost your line a little bit.
Hello, have you got?
That's better. That sounds a lot better. Much better. Yeah, you're just saying that this is sort of the multicultural influences of Australian cuisine.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can, mate. Sorry.
No, we're all back. I was just saying we just dropped you as you were just launching into the multicultural sort of nature of Australian cuisine.
Yeah, and just sort of basically saying that we've got great restaurants in Australia because we're very adventurous. We love to eat different things, and we're inspired by all the incredible people who've come to Australia and call themselves Australian. So, you know, we're pretty lucky, and we've got an amazing sort of First Nations group of people who've utilised, you know, for 60,000 years, amazing produce that Australia produces. So that sort of finds its way into the book as well.
It's like choosing among your children, I suppose, but is there a particular recipe that stands out?
But I really love things in the book like the classic roast, you know, chicken and the roast pork with crackling. But you know, they're the sort of, you know, pull them out on Sunday lunch or Saturday night for friends and guests and so forth. But I love things like that. There's a great recipe in there with udon noodles with Korean black bean, which is very different to Chinese black bean sauce, that very reminiscent of finishing work and going down to Chinatown late at night with my team and a few beers and a bowl of noodles. So those sorts of things I love as well.
Good stuff. Just describe, if you could, the last 18 months. It's been such a tough time for so much of the hospitality industry. How's it been for you?
Yeah, look, it has been really tough, mate. And this last lockdown in Sydney, I was just about to open my new restaurant, Margaret. And, of course, the very day that we went into lockdown, actually. So I'm about 2 weeks from opening it. But, you know, I started a great charity, Hope Delivery, and we've delivered 400,000 meals. You know, I've been mentoring young Brendan Owen, who's the head chef now at Rockpool Bar and Grill in Perth, and he's been lucky enough to be you know, you guys have been apart for a couple of very short and sharp lockdowns. Have had some great trading all year, and, you know, good chunk of last year. So the joy of those guys still being able to cook is fantastic as well. So, it's been an interesting ride, but we're about to come out of it in the east, and you guys will have to chart your way through it over there in the west as well.
The book is called Everything I Love to Cook. It's by Neil Perry. Shane Douglas, executive producer of this program's already put dibs on the book, so he's got the preview
Mate,
copy.
you nab it.
Maybe I'll pull presenter's prerogative. By the way, we just tried to book a table for Rockpool this Saturday night. Couldn't get in, so no dice.
They've been incredibly busy. You guys over in Perth have been so fantastic to the restaurant industry. I did have a tough time at the beginning, but you guys have come back with a vengeance and been brilliant diners.
Good on you, Neil. Thanks for your time on 6PR Brekkie.
Thanks, mate. See you.
Neil Perry, one of the greats of Australian cuisine. And I mean what I say about that. I think that most home cooks of sort of modest ability can have a go at most of the things in this. It looks absolutely fantastic. Perhaps if you're looking for an early Christmas present, this might be a good way to go.